looking for that perfect winter capsule wardrobe where you've got a number of pieces that match beautifully together to create lots of different outfits, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to share 15 pieces from my capsule wardrobe that are in different colours and different textures that all mix and match beautifully together to create numerous outfits. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome. I absolutely love doing these capsule wardrobe videos for you because I know how useful you find them. Not only am I going to show you the 15 pieces in my capsule wardrobe, but I'm also going to give you lots of tips that will allow you to build your own capsule wardrobe, because the pieces I've chosen are not necessarily going to be right for you. They're going to depend on your lifestyle, on your body shape, on your colouring. So I think it's really useful to, rather than just show you what I have in my capsule wardrobe, is to actually give you the tips that will allow you to make your own capsule wardrobe. So the format of today's video, I'm going to show you the 15 pieces first, and then I'm going to run through the tips that I think are important when you're looking at your own capsule wardrobe, and then at the end I'm going to show you numerous outfits that I've been able to make with just these 15 pieces. And I honestly could have gone on and on making many more. So I think you're really going to want to stick around till the end when you see how lovely all these pieces go together and how many different outfits I can actually make. Now, I haven't included accessories in my 15 just because accessories are a huge part of my capsule wardrobe. And in fact, my wardrobe is actually quite basic. Once I have my capsule wardrobe, then I tend to add some accent colours or some more trend pieces, but the key staples and the building blocks of my wardrobe are all quite basic, and I use accessories a lot to style them up or make them look more casual. So accessories are really important to me, and I have also curated a small number of accessories that I've used to style these pieces up, which I will also show you at the end. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with bottoms, and I've got 6 bottoms. A key piece of my winter capsule wardrobe is jeans. I tend to live in jeans a lot during the autumn winter season. So I've got a blue pair. These were the recent purchase that I got from Levi's. If you saw my last video, they're the rib caged wide leg jeans. And then I've also got a darker pair. These are from Abercrombie. Again, they're wide leg. I think these are the 90s. What are these? Yeah, these are the 90s relaxed jeans. Again, in a high rise. Now, I've chosen wide leg for me because I really like the way they look and I think they suit my body shape really well. But obviously, change them up for straight leg or whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever suits your body shape. I've then chosen a couple of trousers. Now, you might find it quite surprising to know that I do have quite a lot of white in my winter wardrobe. I like to lighten clothes up in my winter wardrobe. I love an all white outfit anyway, but I do like to include a lot of white pieces just to freshen and brighten it up when it's kind of a dark, dreary day. It just makes me feel better. So I've got a pair of white tailored trousers from Abercrombie. Now these are quite white, and I do tend to prefer a slightly off-white colour, and I have a couple of pairs, but they're quite long and I'm only able to wear them with heels. So I wanted a pair that I could dress up in the evening and also dress down during the day with some trainers. So that's a little bit of a gap in my wardrobe. I've just added a off-white pair to my shopping list, but these white ones are beautiful as well and work equally as well. It's just a preference. I've then got a tailored black pair of trousers, which are a classic in anyone's wardrobe, I believe, come autumn and winter, and very, very versatile. These ones are from OGL. So if you saw my collaboration with OGL a few weeks ago, I found that I reach for these time and time again. They're tailored, but they're actually concealed, elasticated at the waist, and they just feel so comfortable and lovely and actually look really smart as well. So I will link this below. If I still have my discount code, then I will also add that below. I'm not sure if it still works, but if it does, then I will definitely pop that below as well. I then have a pair of shorts. Now, I know it might sound crazy to some people to have a pair of shorts in winter, but I reach for these so much. And to be honest, if you're in the UK, it doesn't get like freezing cold many days. And I like to wear these with knee-high boots and some tights, and I think they just look really elevated and chic as well. And I know that I reach for these, but if shorts in winter are not your thing, then you can change these for a mini skirt or a midi skirt or an extra pair of trousers, whatever you're going to wear the most of. But I do reach for these quite a lot. These are ones I got last year from Goelia. They're really lovely and tailored and can look really smart as well as casual. And then another white item, I've got a white skirt. Now this is an off-white skirt that I brought last winter from M&S, and I found that I reached for it so much more than I thought I would. And this is the kind of skirt that you can dress up or down. I've worn this with trainers in the day, I've dressed it up with heels in the evening. It's just such a versatile skirt, and again it just adds that brightness to my outfit, so I really do reach for this a lot, hence including it in my wardrobe. So that's all the bottoms. Let's move on to the tops. I have 6 pieces to show you also. So I have a very basic layering top. If you prefer a white t-shirt, then just change that for a white t-shirt. I find in autumn winter I like to have a long sleeve, but this is very thin, so it's just such a great layering piece. This one was from Weekday. I've then got a white button down shirt. Now I've chosen silk, and I was looking at my old video in summer and it's the same shirt I've chosen there because I reached for this all the time. It doesn't matter what season it is. This one's from Massimo Dutti, and it's like a very matte silk. It's not that shiny silk, and it feels lovely on, and I find that I can dress this up and down, so I reach for this a lot more than I do my white cotton shirts. But obviously any white shirt that you're going to reach for, so if you reach for your white cotton shirt a lot more, then that's what you should have in your wardrobe. I'm just picking things that I know I go to time and again. And then I've also got a black long sleeved jersey top that can also be worn off the shoulder. Again, this is from my collaboration with OGL, so I will link this below as well. And the thing I love about this is that it has a built-in bra, so it's really comfortable. But I find tops like that are really useful because you can dress them up or down. So I could wear this during the day with a blazer over the top or a coat over the top, but if I was going, for example, straight out from work, then I can just take my blazer off, slip that on my shoulder, so it's like a Bardo top, and it's so versatile. And I've chosen pieces that are really versatile. So I've chosen pieces that I can wear to work, I've chosen pieces that I can wear at the weekend, I've chosen pieces that I'll be able to wear in the evening, and that's a really key part of this wardrobe. And then we have a black polo neck. Now these are my absolute essentials in winter time. I love a black turtleneck or any colour turtleneck, but obviously being black, I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it, and it will go with everything else in my wardrobe as well, so it's going to make it like really versatile. Just such a great piece to have. Looks great worn on its own, looks really good layered under a coat or a jacket. Will definitely not be without a turtleneck in my winter wardrobe. Moving on to knits. So I've got 2 knits. I've got one that I got last year from Zara in this kind of mink colour, which is quite fluffy. It's a wool and cashmere mix, and I think it goes with pretty much everything in my wardrobe, so it's really handy. And then I've also got a cardigan. Now I've chosen a V-neck cardigan, and you've probably seen this numerous times on my channel before, but if you prefer a crew neck, then pick a crew neck. I was struggling with this one because I have so many cardigans that I love. But this one I've been reaching for a lot recently because as well as during the day, I do tend to wear this a lot at night without any kind of top underneath it because it can look really lovely and dressy. I don't actually have any really thick knits included in my winter wardrobe. I do have a couple, but I don't tend to reach for them as much as I think I'm going to in winter, just because I like to layer a lot in winter. Because if I'm going to be going in and out of shops, then I want to make sure that I'm not going to overheat, and I don't like to feel like really hot and claustrophobic when, especially if I've got a big coat over the top as well. So for me, these kind of knits work better. They're still really warm, but they're not overly chunky that I'm going to get over warm, or they're going to feel really bulky underneath my jacket or my coat. Then we're going to move on to outerwear, and I have 3 pieces of outerwear. I have 2 blazers and I have a coat. So I have a classic black oversized blazer that I wear all the time. I don't even need to go into detail about a black oversized blazer, just such a handy piece to have for work, during the day, pop it over your shoulders in the evening to look really nice and chic. Really great piece. My second blazer is this kind of brown checked blazer that's got colours of blue and burgundy running through it as well. I've reached for this blazer so often last year. I got it from Mango last year and I wore it all the time, and I find I love reaching for this because it has those lovely winter colours running through it. So as well as the brown, it's got the blue, it's got the burgundy. I can match it with loads of different items. Really like this blazer. And then finally, I just have one coat in my wardrobe, and I've chosen a coat that I know is going to go with absolutely everything in my wardrobe, and this is my white long wool coat from Zara. Yeah, this is from Zara. I got this again last year, but I think they've got something really similar, which I will link. But I was looking at my wardrobe and I was thinking, right, what coat is going to go with like pretty much every piece in there? And this literally does go with every single piece. So if I was to wear any of these items, I know that I could layer this on top and it will look really good. Now, again, like I said, if white isn't your colour, white doesn't work for your lifestyle, then definitely change that up to what's going to suit you, what's going to go with your capsule wardrobe and your lifestyle. Now, you may want to have 2 coats and 1 blazer to suit your lifestyle. If you live in the country and you have a dog and you do a lot of dog walking, you know, you might want to have a casual coat like a barn jacket or something, and then have a more dressy coat. I would actually say, and I would highly recommend having 1 dressy coat in your winter wardrobe because it's such a handy piece to have in the day, just to elevate an outfit, even with like some trainers and some jeans. But in the evening, if you're going out, such a great piece to have. You may have noticed that I don't have any dresses in my winter wardrobe at all. In my summer wardrobe, I think I chose 4 dresses out of the 15. However, in winter, my jeans and my trousers are the pieces that I tend to go to time and time again. I do have some dresses for winter, like I love a knitted long dress with some boots, but they don't get as much wear in winter as some of these pieces do. So for me, these are much more practical to have in my capsule wardrobe. Okay, so let's go to the tips. Number 1 is versatility. Make sure that all of these pieces go with the majority of the other pieces in your wardrobe. That's such a key point, guys. When you're building your own capsule wardrobe, you really need to make sure that the textures and the colours are all going to go with each other. So there's no point having 10 bottoms and only 2 tops, because it's not going to look like different outfits and it's not going to keep your interest. So to stop you going out and buying more and more pieces, versatility and the ability to mix and match these pieces is, for me, the most important thing. My second tip is to include lots of layering in your autumn winter capsule wardrobe, because layering at this time of year is really key. Like I mentioned, if you're popping in and out of work or you're popping in and out of the shops. You want to have pieces that you're going to be warm enough, but if you go in somewhere and you're feeling really hot and flustered, you're able to take a layer off and your outfit will still look put together and chic. And think creatively when you think about layering. Don't think about just the obvious things like a white t-shirt over a blazer. Think about having a shirt that you can layer into your knit, or having the white top that you can layer into your knit. It's those details that, as well as keeping you really nice and snug and warm, are also going to keep your outfit looking really chic and up to date. Like, I love to have a knit with a white t-shirt underneath showing at the top. I just think it really freshens the whole look up and makes it look really up to date and modern as well. Also with your cardigans, they look great worn on their own, but you can put a white t-shirt under this, or even a black polo neck, and it can look really nice and elegant but keep you warm at the same time. And also make sure that when you're thinking about layering and picking your wardrobe, all your blazers and your coats are going to go with all your bottoms and all your different tops that you've got in your capsule wardrobe. I think a key mistake is that we don't tend to think about our outer pieces a lot. We think about our main outfits, and winter, probably more than any other time of the year, is where your outerwear is actually your outfit. So really pay attention to the pieces that you put together to allow you to layer and make numerous other outfits. Also really important is the colours that you've got in your capsule wardrobe. Like I said, I've got a lot of white in my capsule wardrobe because I like to brighten up an outfit in winter, and I love the way that winter whites look, so I've included a lot of these pieces in my wardrobe. However, like I said, if you live in the countryside and you're going for long walks with your dog and it might be quite muddy, it might not be suitable for you. If you're a mum with children and you're on the school run, again, this might not be a suitable colour palette for you. So just pick the neutrals that work in your wardrobe. Now, I would stick to mainly neutrals because that's what's going to give you the versatility of mixing and matching. I'm not saying that you can't have any colours, but if you choose an accent colour to go with your capsule wardrobe, make sure that that accent colour is going to go with everything else in your wardrobe also. So for example, if I was to choose a blue, like a baby blue colour, I know that that would go with black, it would go with white, it would go with my dark jeans, it would go with my light jeans, it would look great under a brown blazer, it would look lovely under a white coat, it would look great under a black blazer. So the point I'm trying to make is that if you don't want all neutrals in your winter wardrobe, you can add accent colours. Just again, make sure that they are going to go with the other pieces in your wardrobe. That's really key. Also, you'll see that I actually have quite a lot of brown and black. Please don't listen to the rule that says black and brown don't go together. I think that's just such an outdated fashion rule. I love black and brown together. I think it looks so chic. I wear it all the time, and I've heard this quite a lot, that don't wear black and brown together, but you can wear black and brown together. I promise you it looks so nice together, and you will see in some of the outfits that I've created how nice black and brown actually does look together. Another thing to think about is textures. To keep your outfits looking really interesting, especially if they're all neutral colours, think about your textures to add some depth and interest into your outfit. So I've got some alpaca wool here, I've got some cashmere here, I've added some silk here, I've got cotton, I've got a whole range of different fabrics and textures that work so well together. Now, if these aren't your chosen textures, you can add some leather in there, or some faux leather. You can add, some faux fur in there if they're going to go with all your other outfits. But do try to add some textures into your capsule wardrobe, especially for winter, because it can start to look a little bit dull and uninteresting. And adding that depth and texture of your fabric really helps to keep the interest, and it's really perfect for creating that high-low look. I mean, I love to wear a pair of jeans and then put a silk shirt over it and dress it up for the evening. And it's those kind of things that you should really think about when you're thinking about the fabrics that you're going to include in your capsule wardrobe. I think I've already mentioned this, but do really think about your outerwear, because your outerwear is so important in winter. Just remember that your outerwear, your coat, is probably going to be the outfit when you're out and about. People are not going to be able to see what you've got inside. They're going to be able to see your outerwear, your coat. So I would honestly highly recommend investing in a really good coat that's going to go with everything. Again, it doesn't have to be white, you know, it could be navy, it could be black, it could be camel, all of those colours that go really perfectly with other neutrals. But it's so important. I can't tell you how many times I've seen women wear a really nice outfit and then they've got one coat and then they put that coat over the top and it completely ruins that whole outfit that they've taken the effort to put together. So your outerwear for winter is so key, and I would put so much focus on the outerwear. And if you can, and it's within your budget, I would always invest in a really good coat, something that's got a high wool content that will keep you warm but also will look elevated and make all your outfits look elevated. So guys, they're my 15 pieces. I did say that I have some accessories as well that I've styled with these outfits. So I have my black damier tote bag, I have my off-white cream pollen bag, and I also have a black evening bag. Obviously it doesn't need to be a Chanel bag, but a bag that you can wear in the evening to dress up your pieces. For my footwear, I've got a pair of ankle sock boots with a medium-sized heel. I've got a pair of suede brown knee-high boots that I absolutely love and I wear so much and are so comfortable as well, even though they've got a heel. These go with so many different things in my wardrobe. And then I definitely cannot live without a pair of trainers in winter time. I wear them all the time. Apologies that these sandals are really dirty, they really need a clean, but these go with everything in my wardrobe. Incidentally, if you are familiar with my fashion hacks videos, guys, honestly, if your trainers get dirty, the suede bit in winter time, micellar water on a cotton wool rubbed over, it's incredible, it really does work. So guys, this is everything that I've used for my winter capsule wardrobe. I will show you all the different pieces that I've been able to make with these 15 pieces. Before I do, I just want to sign off and say thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do hope that you found this useful and it's given you some inspiration and some tips to build your own winter capsule wardrobe. If you do have any questions, then do let me know in the comments below, and also let me know if you're going to be taking any of these tips forward. I really like to know if you find these things useful. I will link everything below, however, not everything is still available because as it's my capsule wardrobe, not all of these pieces are new. Some of these pieces come out year after year. So if I can't find something, then I will link you an alternative. If you did find this useful, guys, then please do give me a like. And if you are new here and you want to see more similar content, then please do subscribe to my channel. I've got so many great things coming up before Christmas, and also pop your notification on so you'll get notified every time I publish a video. So thank you so much for watching again, guys. I shall see you again in my next video, and I will leave you with my different outfit combinations. Take care, bye.